Cześć and welcome to a journey through one of Europe's most underrated gems, Poland. Steeped in a complex history, brimming with cultural riches, and boasting landscapes that range from pristine lakes to rugged mountain peaks, Poland offers travelers a delightful mix of tradition and modernity. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll explore the country's best destinations, from metropolitan capitals brimming with life to quiet villages that seem frozen in time. Whether you're passionate about medieval architecture, longing to taste hearty Polish cuisine, or ready to trek through ancient forests, Poland has a treasure trove of experiences waiting to be discovered. In this video, we'll cover iconic cities like Warsaw and Kraków, dive into the coastal charm of Gdańsk, and wander the storybook streets of Wrocław and Poznań. We'll also venture into the breathtaking Tatra Mountains near Zakopane, drift across the serene waters of the Masurian Lakes, and explore the primeval majesty of Białowieża Forest. Each of these locales has its own story to tell, reflections of Poland's resilient spirit and deep cultural heritage. So if you're intrigued by the amber coastline along the Baltic Sea or curious about the secrets hidden beneath centuries-old cobblestones, stay tuned. Join me for an in-depth look at Poland's vibrant past, thriving present, and the wonders that make it a must-visit European destination. Pack your sense of adventure. We're about to uncover the best places in Poland, one unforgettable stop at a time. Białowieża. 1. Warsaw, the reborn capital. Our first stop is Warsaw, Poland's capital and a shining testament to the country's resilience. Nearly razed to the ground during World War II, Warsaw rose from the ashes, painstakingly restoring its historic core while building a dynamic contemporary skyline. The centerpiece of the city's revival is the Old Town, a UNESCO World Heritage Site replete with pastel-hued facades, cobblestone streets, and the iconic Royal Castle. Stroll through the Old Town Market Square, where the Mermaid of Warsaw, symbol of the city, stands guard, surrounded by lively cafes and street performers. Moving away from the Old Town, the broad thoroughfare called Krakowskie Przedmieście connects to the famed royal route, lined with Baroque churches, neoclassical palaces, and the prestigious University of Warsaw. Don't miss the Łazienki Park, a verdant expanse featuring the regal palace on the Isle and a statue of the composer Friedrich Chopin, whose romantic melodies echo through summer concerts in the park. Modern Warsaw is equally captivating. Towering skyscrapers dwarf the socialist realist Palace of Culture and Science, a controversial gift from the Soviet era. Trendy neighborhoods like Powiśle and Praga have transformed old industrial spaces into art galleries, craft breweries, and music venues. Sample pierogi, dumplings, or żurek, sour rye soup, at a local bar Mleczny, Milk Bar, for a nostalgic taste of Polish home-style cooking. Warsaw's fusion of past and present shapes it into a world-class capital, resilient, ever-evolving, and brimming with creativity. 2. Kraków, the cultural heart. Next, we travel south to Kraków, a city often hailed as Poland's cultural capital. Miraculously spared much of the destruction that befell other Polish cities during World War II, Krakow's fairy tale beauty remains remarkably intact. At its core lies the Rynek Główny, Europe's largest medieval market square, dominated by the imposing Sukiennice Cloth Hall and the soaring twin spires of St. Mary's Basilica. Every hour, a trumpeter plays the Hey Now from the basilica's highest tower, a centuries-old tradition that commemorates a legendary Tatar invasion. Descending into the Rynek Underground Museum, you can glimpse remnants of medieval trade routes and Krakow's ancient foundations, a time capsule that reveals how commerce shaped the city's identity. Meanwhile, the Wawel Royal Castle and Wawel Cathedral loom majestically over the Vistula River, symbolizing Poland's royal legacy. Here, Polish kings were crowned, and the crypts house some of the country's most revered historical figures. No visit to Kraków is complete without exploring Kazimierz, the historic Jewish quarter. Its narrow lanes and synagogues whisper stories of a once thriving community, while modern restaurants, bars, and vintage shops introduce a fresh energy. Indeed, Kraków merges the old and the new with grace. Centuries of academia at Jagiellonian University stand alongside an emerging tech scene. Whether you're marveling at Gothic architecture or enjoying a late-night pierogi crawl, Krakow's warmth and historic charm leave an indelible impression on all who wander its storied streets. Three, Gdańsk, Baltic Pearl heading to Poland's northern coast. We arrive in Gdańsk, the maritime gem of the Tri-City area, which also includes Sopot and Gdynia. Once a bustling Hanseatic port known as Danzig, Gdańsk boasts a striking blend of red brick warehouses, Gothic churches, and majestic townhouses that line the Motława River. The city's historic center, Długi Targ, Long Market, glitters with ornate facades, crowned by the gold-topped Neptune fountain, symbolizing Gdańsk's seafaring roots. Here, you can explore the crane, Żuraw, a centuries-old port crane that now houses part of the National Maritime Museum, offering insights into Gdańsk's pivotal role in European trade. For a sobering lesson in modern history, visit the European Solidarity Center, celebrating the solidarity movement that helped topple communism in Eastern Europe. The facility's powerful exhibits highlight the courage of workers at the Gdańsk shipyard, where Lech Wałęsa rose to prominence. The city's Baltic vibe extends beyond its architecture. Pop into cozy cafes to sample local specialities like smoked fish or indulge in the region's legendary amber, the Baltic gold. Amber souvenirs, from delicate jewelry to polished ornaments, serve as gleaming reminders of Gdańsk's ancient trade heritage. Complete your northern escapade with a trip to Sopot for a stroll along Europe's longest wooden pier, or to Gdynia for scenic harbor views. With its coastal charm and profound historical significance, Gdańsk proves itself a vibrant cornerstone of Poland's diverse landscape. 4. Wrocław, the city of 100 bridges. Journeying westward, we land in Wrocław, a city often referred to as the Venice of Poland thanks to its network of canals and over 100 bridges. Founded on the banks of the Odra River, Wrocław's historic center spreads across several river islands, each with its own story. The beating heart of the city is Rhynek, a sprawling market square framed by brightly colored burger houses and the Gothic Old Town Hall, prized for its astronomical clock. One of Wrocław's most endearing quirks is its legion of bronze dwarf statues, hidden around every corner. Originally symbols of anti-communist resistance, these whimsical gnomes now form a playful scavenger hunt for visitors. Gaze up at the towering spires of Ostrów Tumski, the city's oldest district, where gas lamps are still lit by hand at dusk, creating a timeless glow around the cathedral's silhouette. Culturally, Wrocław brims with festivals, museums, and academic life. The University of Wrocław building features an ornate interior and a Baroque Leopoldina hall, often hosting classical concerts. After exploring these cultural landmarks, unwind at a riverside cafe in the Nadodrze or Wyspa Słodowa neighborhoods. Whether you're ambling across cobblestone squares, spying on hidden dwarves, or soaking in a vibrant art scene, Wrocław enchants visitors with its seamless blend of historic charm and youthful energy. Five, Poznań, a birthplace of Poland. Continuing our odyssey, we arrive in Poznań, situated in western Poland. Known as one of the nation's earliest centers of statehood, Poznań holds a special place in Polish history. Its Ostrów Tumski, Cathedral Island, is believed to be where the Polish state took shape over 1,000 years ago, marked by the presence of the Poznań Cathedral, the oldest cathedral in Poland. Wander its echoes of the past, including the possibility of seeing the ancient baptistry that paved the way for Poland's Christian heritage. Across the Warta River lies the city's modern face, anchored by the Old Market Square, a colorful tapestry of Renaissance townhouses, lively pubs, and the Poznań Town Hall, famous for its mechanical goats that butt heads every day at noon. The local treat is St. Martin's croissant, Rogel Świętomarciński, a sweet pastry stuffed with white poppy seeds, almonds, and sugar, a must-try snack recognized by the European Union as a regional specialty. Poznań's youthful vigor stems from its universities and tech startups, fostering a buzzing nightlife and innovative dining scene. For a breath of fresh air, stroll through Citadel Park, once a 19th century fortress, and now a sprawling green space dotted with sculptures and remnants of fortifications. Whether you're fascinated by Poland's medieval roots or eager to partake in local culinary traditions, Poznań extends a warm invitation, bridging the ancient with the avant-garde in one engaging cityscape. 6. Tatra Mountains and Zakopane, alpine adventure. It's time to venture into the Tatra Mountains, Poland's highest range and a playground for hikers, skiers, and nature lovers alike. Anchored by the bustling resort town of Zakopane, this region captivates with its dramatic peaks, lush valleys, and the distinct Highlander culture known as górale. In Zakopane, wooden chalets line the busy pedestrian street of Krupówki, where you can savor oscypek, smoked sheep cheese, and sip on mulled wine in cozy taverns. Once you've stocked up on local crafts and mountain gear, hit the trails. The Tatra National Park boasts a labyrinth of paths suitable for all levels, from leisurely walks through alpine meadows to challenging ascents up Risi, Poland's highest summit at 2,499 meters. One of the most popular spots is Morskie Oko, Eye of the Sea, a glacial lake cradled by towering peaks. Arrive early to avoid crowds and watch the morning sun light up the surrounding ridges in breathtaking shades of pink and gold. In winter, Zakopane transforms into a snowy wonderland. Skiers carve down slopes at resorts like Kasprowy Wierch, while cross-country skiing and snowshoeing trails guide you through silent forests draped in sparkling white. Whether you're scaling rocky summits, tasting górale hospitality, or snapping photos of wooden Zakopane-style architecture, the Tatra Mountains present a side of Poland that's both ruggedly beautiful and deeply rooted in tradition. 7. The Baltic Coast, beaches and sand dunes. Poland's coastline along the Baltic Sea often surprises visitors who don't associate the country with beach getaways. Yet the Baltic coast is home to wide, sandy beaches, towering dunes, and serene seaside towns that attract locals and travelers alike in the warmer months. Beyond Gdańsk and the Tri-City, make your way to Łeba, a gateway to Słowiński National Park. Here, massive shifting sand dunes, some reaching up to 40 meters high, create a desert-like landscape that edges right up to the Baltic's wave-lapped shores. Another gem along the coast is the Hel Peninsula, a narrow spit dotted with charming fishing villages and beaches ideal for windsurfing and kite surfing. At its tip lies Hel, where you can visit the seal sanctuary and observe these playful marine creatures up close. Continue further west to Ustka or Kołobrzeg, spa towns beloved for their bracing sea air and therapeutic treatments. While summer is peak season, the Baltic coast's allure transcends sunny days. Stormy autumns or crisp winter walks can reveal a brooding beauty seldom seen in busier tourist spots. Sample fresh herring or smoked eel in local bistros and soak in the easygoing atmosphere that contrasts so starkly with Poland's urban centers. If you're seeking relaxation, natural dunes, or scenic cycling routes beside the sea, the Baltic coast offers an unexpected slice of Polish paradise. 8. Masurian Lakes. Inland water paradise. Shifting inland, we discover the Masurian Lake District, often hailed as the land of 1,000 lakes, though in reality, there are closer to 2,000. Nestled in northeastern Poland, this sprawling region of interconnected lakes, rivers, and canals forms a water lover's paradise. Boaters, kayakers, and sailors flock here during summer, navigating between picturesque towns like Giżycko, Mikołajki, and Ryn. Each stop offers a chance to refuel on local specialties like freshwater fish and regional draft beers, all against the backdrop of emerald forests and glassy waters. The area's prime attraction is the ability to glide from lake to lake, sleeping on a houseboat or docking at small marinas. If you're more of a land explorer, hop on a bike to pedal along the shady trails that snake around the lake's edges, passing through tranquil villages untouched by modern rush. Wildlife enthusiasts, keep your binoculars handy. Masuria is a hot spot for birdwatching, with storks, herons, and eagles making frequent appearances. For history buffs, the region hides relics from World War II, including Wolf's Lair, Wilczysaniec, Adolf Hitler's Eastern Front headquarters. Exploring these overgrown bunkers adds an eerie dimension to an otherwise idyllic countryside. Whether your inclination is peaceful paddling at sunset or delving into hidden chapters of Polish history, the Masurian Lakes prove that Poland's natural wonders aren't limited to mountains and coasts. 9. Białowieża Forest, primeval wilderness. One of Europe's last surviving primeval forests lies on Poland's eastern edge. The Białowieża Forest, a UNESCO World Heritage Site shared with neighboring Belarus. This ancient woodland stands as a living relic of the vast forests that once blanketed Europe. Towering oaks, hornbeams, and spruces form a dense canopy, while fallen giants decompose on the forest floor, creating a thriving habitat for thousands of plant and animal species. The forest's most famous resident is the European bison, zebra, Europe's heaviest land animal, brought back from the brink of extinction. The Białowieża National Park organizes guided tours to spot these colossal, yet surprisingly elusive creatures in their natural setting. Venture carefully along designated trails in the strict protection area, where centuries-old trees loom overhead. The forest reverberates with bird calls, rustling leaves, and a profound hush broken only by nature's voice. In the nearby village of Białowieża, you can immerse yourself in local culture, sampling regional delicacies, or touring the Nature and Forest Museum to learn about ongoing conservation efforts. The forest's timeless grandeur challenges you to slow down, and appreciate an ecosystem that's existed largely untouched for millennia. Equal parts fragile and formidable, Białowieża Forest stands as a testament to Poland's commitment to preserving rare slices of Europe's natural heritage. 10. Lublin and southeastern Poland. Hidden history and flavor. Our final regional highlight brings us to Lublin and the often overlooked southeastern corner of Poland. Positioned at a crossroads of Eastern and Western influences, Lublin's history is as rich as its architecture. The Old Town enchants with its pastel-colored facades, winding alleys, and the Trinitarian Tower, offering panoramic views of red-tiled rooftops. Once a center of Jewish scholarship, the city carries layers of heritage and somber memories, reflected in the poignant exhibits at the State Museum at Majdanek, a former Nazi concentration camp located on the outskirts. Beyond Lublin, the southeastern region unfolds into a tapestry of rolling hills, wooden churches, and rural traditions that are centuries old. Visit the Roztocze region, dotted with scenic landscapes ideal for hiking, cycling, or simply enjoying the quiet charms of Polish countryside life. Towns like Zamość, the pearl of the Renaissance, capture architectural brilliance with their symmetrical layout and colorful arcades. Local cuisine in this part of Poland leans on hearty stews, dumplings, and pickled vegetables, often spiced with a dash of Eastern flair. Whether you're drawn to Lublin's historical weight, searching for peace in the countryside, or marveling at UNESCO-listed urban planning in Zamość, southeastern Poland rewards you with authentic encounters and hidden gems not overrun by crowds. Here, the tapestry of Poland's cultural mosaic is woven with unwavering threads of tradition and hospitality. 11. Practical tips and cultural etiquette. Now that we've toured Poland's incredible array of destinations, let's talk about practical tips to make your journey smoother. First, Poland is part of the Schengen area, so many international travelers can enter visa-free for up to 90 days. Always confirm current regulations before flying. The local currency is the Polish zloty, and while credit cards are widely accepted in cities, carry some cash for rural areas and small businesses. Public transportation is well developed. Trains and buses connect most major cities, though renting a car can unlock more remote gems like the Masurian Lakes or Białowieża Forest. Driving is on the right-hand side, and highways are expanding, though some rural roads can be narrow or under construction. Remember that Poland's climate has significant seasonal variations. Winters can be cold and snowy, especially in the mountains, while summers are generally mild and sunny. Pack accordingly to enjoy the best of each region's offerings. Polish people are known for their hospitality and appreciation of good manners. Learn a few basic phrases like dzień dobry, good day, and dziękuję, thank you, to warm local hearts. Sharing a toast with vodka or tasting pierogi in a family home can be cherished experiences. Just be mindful of local dining customs, like waiting for the host's cue to start eating. By respecting local traditions and traveling responsibly, you'll not only create wonderful memories, but also help preserve the beauty and culture that make Poland so special. In these past 30 minutes, we've crisscrossed Poland's vibrant cities, tranquil countryside, and untamed wilderness. We've seen how Warsaw emerged resiliently from the ashes, how Kraków safeguarded its medieval allure, and how Gdańsk shaped Poland's maritime identity. We've strolled through the canals of Wrocław, tasted the storied past of Poznań, and marveled at the natural splendor of the Tatra Mountains, the Baltic coast, and beyond. From the primeval depths of Białowieża Forest to the peaceful waters of the Masurian Lakes, we've encountered a Poland that is as culturally diverse as it is geographically varied. While we've spotlighted some of the top must-see destinations, remember that Poland's true magic also lies in the hidden corners, the small towns, the local festivals, and the everyday exchanges that forge meaningful connections. Whether you're yearning for historical intrigue, gastronomic delights, or soul-stirring nature, Poland stands ready to captivate you with its authenticity and warmth. Thank you for joining us on this immersive tour of Poland's finest offerings. If you've been inspired to pack your bags, or if you simply enjoyed learning about this fascinating land, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll continue exploring the globe's hidden treasures in future videos, so stay tuned. Do zobaczenia. Until we meet again in the next travel adventure.